All right, so like I said, my name is Ruti Milali, and we'll just dive straight into what we have for today. If you have a comment, you have a question, you can just type it, in the comment section, and I will gladly respond to you. All right, so today we're going to be looking at different currency pairs that will move in the course of this week and the direction that is expected of these financial instruments. Now, from my analysis, I can see that there's a lot of weakness is expected on the Euro pairs and even the JPY pairs. They form a bulk of the instruments analyzing. All right, so into the analysis. So we'll look at the euro card. Like I said, I'm expecting a lot of weakness across majority of the euro pairs. So we'll look at the euro card. Now, this is the euro card. Let's start our outlook from the monthly time frame. Now, from the monthly time frame, we can clearly see that price is on a downtrend, on this instrument. Price has been trending downwards, and price equally hits a resistance level. Let me just mark it with the shapes. You can see there has been a downtrend right here. Another downtrend, another downtrend right here. So price has been doing, moving in a downtrend right from the monthly time frame, up to this current point right here. And aside that, we can clearly also see that there has been a kind of a resistance, between this region and this region. So we have a confluence. We have a confluence, right there on the monthly time frame. So we expect, a downward push, on the euro card. And if we flip down to the weekly time frame, we can see all this still being established. Now, let me just clean that off and draw it again. We can see that we have a downtrend established with a resistance, right on the monthly down time frame, and it's still confirmed on the weekly, time frame, down to the daily. And now we are on the 4 hour, and on the 4 hour, we're seeing the pattern that looks a lot like a head and shoulder being formed, with a trend line over there. So we're waiting to see, a bearish breakout below this level on the euro card. So if price is able to break out, you know, below this level, then we'll be looking at an opportunity to sell the euro card in the course of this week. So I'm bearish biased on the euro card on the 4 hour. It's going to be a swing setup, and it is expected to move massively on euro card in the course of this week. So I'm bearish biased on the euro card. And next is the euro AUD. The Euro AED is also having a similar pattern, to the Euro card. The only difference is that Euro AED will just have a resistance on the monthly time frame with a very sharp rejection candle up there. And if we flip down to the 4 hour time frame, we're seeing a pattern that looks like a lot like the formation of a rejection candle. Yeah, sorry, that it looks a lot like the formation of a head and shoulder pattern. And we equally were expecting price to push downwards, in the bearish direction, just like we found on the euro card. So it's a swing setup also. So I'm expecting a massive bearish breakout on Euro AUD in the course of this week. And the third one is the Euro GBP. Like I said, there's I'm seeing a lot of weakness on the Euro pairs. The Euro GBP is also going to be making uh, a bearish movement. All right, so this is Euro GBP. Again, from the bigger time frame, from the monthly time frame, we can clearly see that price is in a downtrend, and we can see a resistance up there and a rejection candle. So technically, we're expecting a decline, in price right there on the Euro GBP on the this is still the weekly time frame, and we can still flip down, to the daily and even the 4 hour time frame. And with all this, we're expecting a decline in price on Euro GBP, from this region downwards in the course of this new week. So I'm bearish on the Euro GBP. I'm bearish on the Euro GBP for this week. And same thing also on the Euro New Zealand. Like I said, there's a lot of weakness on the Euro pairs. For the Euro New Zealand, likewise, on the weekly time frame, you can clearly see that price, hit a resistance, and we have an uptrend right there. And we can zoom down to the 4 hour. And on the 4 hour, we're seeing the pattern that looks like a head and shoulder information. We can draw a trend line right here, and we'll be expecting a breakout downwards. Yeah, price may actually push up first to this resistance before we have the breakout. Either ways, it could come out straight up, or just hit the resistance first. But either ways, we're looking for a bearish breakout on the Euro New Zealand. So I equally hold a bearish outlook on the Euro New Zealand this week. All right, so that's for the Euro pairs. Now, the next set of pairs I want to look at are the JPY pairs. I'm expecting quite some weakness on the JPY pair. So that means that the other JPY, the anti-JPY pairs, will actually be making massive bullish movement in the course of the week. And the first I want to look at is the AUD JPY. All right, so this is the AUD JPY. All right, so this is the AUD JPY. And for the AUD JPY, let's go to the weekly time frame. Yeah, we can see that price is actually on an uptrend, and we have a support level being hit here. So technically, we're expecting a bullish movement on this instrument in the course of this week. We're expecting price to push up in the bullish direction on this instrument in the course of this week. Prices are climbing higher, is making a series of higher highs. It's just on a higher low at the support level on the weekly. So we expect the next move to be a higher high on the weekly time frame. And if we zoom down to the 4 hour daily, it's still going to be the same thing. On the 4 hour, we can just draw a trend line right here and expect a breakout upwards, from this axis here. So I hold a bullish outlook on the AUD JPY for this week. And the next one I'll look at is the New Zealand JPY. And the New Zealand JPY, is having a similar pattern to what we have on the AUD JPY. We have price moving on an uptrend, and we have a support level being formed right there. So we expect, again, a bullish breakout on the AUD JPY. So in the course of the week, we're going to be watching out for a breakout in a bullish direction on the AUD JPY. However, I would advise that we equally wait for price to break out above this minor resistance here before we trigger a buy on the AUD JPY. So I'm bullish on the New Zealand JPY, in the course of this week. And thirdly is the CAD JPY. The CAD JPY is also having a lot of bullish potential in the course of this week. All right, so this is a CAD JPY. On the weekly time frame, we can clearly see that price, is equally making a series of it's on a higher high, is right on the wave of a higher low, and from there we actually expect a breakout in the bullish direction. Expect a break in the bullish direction. That's the next wave of movements for the CAD JPY. And we can zoom down to daily and 4 hour, and we'll still be bullish on this instrument. And we can draw also our trend line right here, and we'll wait for a breakout of price above this minor resistance. And once price breaks out above that minor resistance, it will be a time to trigger a buy on the card JPY. So I'm bullish on the card JPY. And I'll also now want to look. So I've looked at the Euro pairs, the JPY pairs. Now I want to look at the New Zealand CHF. It's another instrument I'm looking at closely in the course of this week. Just a second. New Zealand. All right, so this is it. This is the New Zealand CHF. Let's start from the monthly, weekly. All right, so on the weekly time frame, we can see that price has been trending downwards. Then we have price, make a lower low at a support level on the weekly time frame. So we can go down to the 4 hour, and we'll be looking out for a breakout, in the bullish direction on the 4 hour time frame. And there's also a minor resistance here where we expect price to break out above for us to trigger a buy on the New Zealand CHF. All right, so that's going to be all for this evening. This is just all the instruments I'll be looking at trading in the course of this week. So you can watch this video over again to gain insight into the expectation of the market for this week. All right, I'll see you again in another live streaming session next week where we look at the weekly outlook for the new week. Take care, and bye for now.